It is great to be here, and I'm going to make a big mistake because I know Shane's coming back up here to speak again, and so you never want to correct somebody. But I'm technically the 47th governor, but the 45th governor. That was my dad was 44, but 47th. That's okay. I think you just think I'm so young that you wanted to put me back as the 45th. But it is amazing to be here. Great to be in Benton and celebrate the opening of Arkansas's first ever Buc-ees. What a tremendous day and what a great turnout. I want to say a huge thank you to Gary James, Mayor Tom Farmer, and Shane Broadway for their hard work to bring this to Saline County. This would not have happened without these three gentlemen leading the way. And it is always a privilege to share the microphone with my good friend, Senator Tom Cotton and Representative French Hill, who do an amazing job representing the state of Arkansas, fighting for our values, leading our state, and never once letting Washington change them, but working really hard to change Washington. And we are very grateful for their leadership. I also want to thank the amazing partners in the legislature. A lot of the great things that are happening in our state, they do not happen by any one person. They happen because we have great collaboration across the board, from our local leadership to our county elected officials, to our state legislature, to our federal delegation, to our lieutenant governor, to our attorney general, all coming together, working together, and we have an incredible team representing the state of Arkansas. So thank you all for the great work that you're doing. And of course, none of us would be here today if it were not for Mr. Beaver himself, the man who made all of this possible. And I think Beaver is an amazing guy. I've gotten the chance to get to know him, but one of my favorite things is that Beaver married up. A lot of people don't know this, but he actually married somebody from Camden, Arkansas, which totally redeems that love of Texas that he has. So welcome home, Johnny. You know, I had the privilege of announcing this project at the Salt Bowl 2 years ago, and we broke ground just 16 months ago. And we're here today to host the grand opening. In the world of economic development, a project of this size, with more than 200 jobs, nearly 75,000 square feet, can usually take years to develop. But having spent a little bit of time with Beaver, I know he's not the type of guy to stand around and let something drag on, and neither is Saline County. So this was the largest groundbreaking that Buc-ee's has had in its history. And as Beaver mentioned last year, it makes me pretty proud that Arkansas out-Texased Texas for this store. By this point, everybody knows that Buc-ee's is more than just a gas station. I mentioned last year that nobody is more excited about this opening than my own kids. Every time we take a road trip and pass within 100 miles, you got that right, 100 miles of Buc-ee's, they beg us to stop. And it's not a short stop either, or a cheap stop for that matter. We leave an hour later, loaded with t-shirts, brisket, and usually Buc-ee's PJs. I mentioned that I'd never be able to drive through Benton again without stopping. But I have to say, I think the trade-off is definitely worth it. The crowd here shows that my kids are hardly the only Arkansans excited for today's opening. My dad loves to tell the story of growing up in Hope, Arkansas, and going all the way to the mall in Texarkana just to ride the escalator. I think if he were a kid today, his family would be going to Benton to visit Buc-ee's. And I'm confident that this won't just serve drivers traveling I-30. It's going to draw people from all over the region. This is only going to add to something that I announced last month that Shane referenced earlier. Arkansas is now welcoming more visitors to our state than ever before. That's 54.3 million people coming to our state, spending more than $10 billion while they're here, and directly employing 72,000 people. I know that Buc-ee's, which anticipates 5 million guests a year, half of which they anticipate will come from out of state, is only going to grow that number. And I'm hopeful that Beaver, someone who I've gotten to know well over the past couple years, is going to be one of those repeat visitors to Arkansas. It's no surprise that Buc-ee's is known for its incredible hospitality. Beaver's the type of guy who finds out your family likes to read together, and the next day you have a box of books in the mail with family-inspired messages to read with your family. We've also been duck hunting together, and when you stand with somebody at 5 o'clock in the morning in freezing cold weather, you get to know who your friends are very quickly. And he also got an appreciation that there is no better place to fish, to hunt, or to be outside than in the great state of Arkansas. So we definitely hope you come back for next duck season. And if you decide you want to announce another Buc-ee's while you're here, we'll be okay with that too. I want to once again thank everybody for coming out today and making this incredible event possible. And a special thanks to Beaver and the amazing team that he has built here. Some from Arkansas, some who are new Arkansans, who will find that they love Arkansas as much as any place, anywhere in the country that they have the opportunity to call home.